Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is October 18, 2022, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the U.S. markets continue to climb amongst earnings season. No major economic events scheduled for today. But as we look at the corporate earning reports coming out today, Goldman Sachs, one of the largest financial institutions in the United States, coming out with their quarterly earnings. Johnson & Johnson and Netflix, one of the FANG stocks, actually coming out with their corporate earnings as well. Now, as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Japanese yen continues to tumble versus the USD in terms of the indices. The Dow Jones and the NASDAQ climb. Looking at commodities, gold and oil pretty much unchanged, but natural gas tumbling. That's a big deal. Now looking at stocks, they're bouncing with the index and they're trading pretty much with the index as well. And lastly, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. I'm going to say it. I hate it when I'm right. I love it when I'm right. I really love it when I'm right. I mean, look at the USD, Japanese yen. It's at 148.88, all-time record lows. And just as we passed the 136, which was our all-time high, passing the 142, passing the 145, and sure enough, we're getting to 148. That means we're getting closer to 150, and we clear 50, we could hit to 2. Believe it or not, I know it seems ridiculous, but that could still happen here. Now, looking at the GBP USD, not as extreme here, still kind of trading just in a range. If you look at the euro, also just trading at 98.76, still below 1-to-1 versus the dollar. So the dollar still relatively strong, although tumbling versus the euro USD. So let's take a look at the commodities. First, looking at gold trading. 1655, not doing much, and crude oil trading at $85 a barrel. Also, they're not doing much. However, take a look at the natural gas. This is a daily. We gapped down the other day and then below 675, 625, and we're trading at 590-ish level. Now, if we break this 549, we could get back to the 4 and 3s, and that could still happen. So keep that in mind as this is still unfolding. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, we're looking at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones spiking here at 30,600. Now, this came back from the dead from 29,000 to 30,600. That's a 1,600-point move. A big move for the Dow Jones. Now, we're at the top of the range, and we're also in earnings season. So I wonder if this is just a pump up to dump later. Let's check that out. Let's see if that actually frustrates. But keep that in mind. Looking at the NASDAQ also did rally here, 11,295. Still did not break 10,000. Okay, it's above water on 10,000. That's an important number. If it does break that 10,000 level, then we're going to see it really retrace further down. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, looking at the individual stocks, Microsoft, big gap up, and it's there. Okay, but it's not going higher. Okay, I want to see it actually continue going higher. Google also had a gap up, but it's fading it. So it's not really following through here, and that's a little bit disconcerting. JP Morgan came out with a relatively decent report at 115, up from its 90-ish level. Broke $100. So that's something to consider as we're going into today's trading. Even Intel had a big gap up and continued buying, but I wonder if this is just a short squeeze, okay? Because look at how much we've sold off, and for us to spike like this is completely normal, okay? But then there's a sell-off that follows as well, so keep that in mind. Cisco also had that gap up, but didn't sustain it, didn't go higher, okay? So these are the type of things I'm looking at to give me some sort of direction to the markets. I'm looking at Bitcoin lastly, 19,600, okay? It's not trading so much above, it's just flatlining here, really unchanged. So I'd rather focus my time on some of the more volatile symbols that are happening in the markets right now. So keep that in mind. This is something to consider as we're going into today's trading. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.